What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Have you ever been in a situation, I go through this every time I go to the ATM, I get money out and I'm always thinking, do I have my card? Do I have the money? Is everything closed out? And so I'm thinking about that before I walk away from the ATM machine because I don't want someone to come up from behind me and take money out of my account. I've always thought once you take your card out of the machine, you're done and the transaction's over. If you want another transaction, you have to put the card back in. Or you have to tap the card back on the machine in order to allow it to reactivate. But you have to put your information in, your credentials and everything. That's not always the case. Now, this is a story I want to show you guys because this is something that I had no idea about. And I very rarely tap my card to a machine. Usually I'll put it inside the machine. But there could be a situation where you might have to tap your card. And if you tap your card, the window stays open longer than if you were to take the card and put it in the machine and then take the card out of the machine. So I'm going to show you guys this today because you have scammers that are out there that are actually taking money out of people's account without them knowing it. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And I just wanted to remind you guys, make sure you check to see that you're subscribed to my channel because I've been having some people that have let me know that they're unsubscribed again. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell notification so you'll get those notifications. Sometimes, I don't know what happens with YouTube. I think in order for them to fight against fake accounts, they unsubscribe people sometimes. So just make sure you subscribe because people have been telling me I'm not getting notifications and then they check and they find out that they're not even subscribed to the channel anymore. Okay, so check that out. All right, let's go ahead. I want to answer a question first and then we'll get into the banking story. So here we go. So this question is coming from Mike. Mike, thank you for the question. Has there been any more talk about child tax credit monthly payments? Or is this just dead? So good question. In President Biden's budget, so President Biden put together a budget and he presented it to Congress. Now it's up to Congress to move forward with any type of legislation like this. So for a child tax credit or anything like that, Congress needs to vote on it, pass it, and then send it to the president. But the president will put out his wish list, his plan for 2024. And in his plan, he does have a child tax credit. Now, that doesn't mean that Congress is going to move forward with it. As a matter of fact, there's been pushback when it comes to President Biden's budget. So at the present time, I don't see any path forward when it comes to a child tax credit. So we're going to have to continue to watch it. But right now, it's not one of the top agendas. The top agendas right now, Social Security reform, as well as the debt ceiling. Debt ceiling is the next thing that we're going to hear about. And we might hear some more talk about Social Security reform in the future. Okay, Mike, hopefully that answers your question. If you guys have questions, post in the comments below and I might put it in a future video. Let's go ahead and take a look at this banking situation. Here we go.
A 7 on Your Side story revealed a new type of ATM scam. Thieves, get this, pouring glue into the card reader, forcing victims to use the tap feature, then draining their accounts. And it happened to several Chase Bank customers in San Francisco.
It did, but the bank denied their claims. So one victim set out to prove to the bank that he really was scammed. 7 on Your Side's Michael Finney has his story. Michael.
Yeah, amazing story from start to finish, actually. The scammers knew that by tapping your card, the ATM transaction window stays open even after cash comes out. Well, if you walk away too early, the thieves step up and start withdrawing money. The bank said there was no proof of any scam. So after losing everything, this young man decided to go get that proof.
There was like a card stuck in the ATM.
Joey Malarkey recalls how someone stole his money at this Chase ATM. The card slot was glued shut. A man next to him offered help.
He says, "Oh, you have to tap your card because it's been broken." And I was like, "Oh, dang."
Joey tapped his phone, withdrew $60 and walked off. It all seemed normal until he went back to that ATM.
And then the same man was there. That's where I was suspicious.
As Joey withdrew another $60, the man came closer.
He went up to the ATM like right behind me. So I was like, that's not good.
Sure enough, Joey later found multiple withdrawals from his account. $1,640 gone.
I'm like, that happened to me.
That guy scammed me last night at the ATM machine.
I didn't think anything of it. I thought he was just using the ATM.
My initial reaction was, wait a second. I definitely did not withdraw that much money.
The same thing happened to several customers at that ATM.
They put glue in the card reader of the ATM machine.
A bank manager told victims that scammers pour glue into the slot so victims have to tap instead. By tapping, the transaction window stays open, even after the cash comes out. If a customer walks off without closing the window, a thief can step up and withdraw more money.
I called them maybe 20 times within the span of that week.
Chase Bank rejected Joey's claim, just as it denied other victims, ruling that they authorized the withdrawals.
And they just pretty much said, you don't have any proof of these claims.
Bankers told Joey he must have taken the money since he tapped his phone at the ATM.
Since I didn't report my phone missing, that I must have made these charges, which was not true at all.
The bank refused to check the surveillance video to see who really took out his money.
They said the police have to request the surveillance video. They need like a subpoena.
And so Joey took matters into his own hands. He made his own video.
Every time I walked my dog, I would just look to see if he was there. And he was there one time.
From across the street, Joey saw the same man lurking at the ATM. Secretly, he shot this video. He says it shows the man scamming someone else.
I told Chase, hey, I have this video. Is this proof? And they said, no, just because you have proof of them doing it to someone doesn't mean it happened to you.
We contacted Chase Bank. It reviewed Joey's case, and this time he got a refund. The bank also refunded other scam victims, but has not said how it investigates these scams, telling us we are making changes to our ATMs to protect our customers.
I was super surprised because I tried so hard to get that money back.
Consumer advocates tell us banks are required by law to conduct a full investigation. They are not allowed to simply ignore important evidence like surveillance video. Now, if you lose money and your bank refuses to look at all the evidence, you let me know about it. I'm getting people their money back.
Yeah, it's stunning. Thank goodness you're doing that because they wouldn't have gotten their money back.
No, unbelievable.
So what do you guys think about this? Pretty crazy, right? Now, the way the bank handled this situation, I think was just not appropriate. And they initially did not refund him the money. So he called the bank and they did an investigation, I guess, but they didn't refund him the money. And one of the things that I thought was strange is the bank was saying you need a police report in order for them to move forward and look at the footage. But that's to release the footage. Now, when it comes to actually looking at the footage, the bank has an opportunity to look at footage. I don't understand what they're saying there. It's their cameras. They can look at them at any time. And if they were to look at the cameras, they would see that a man went up to the ATM, tapped his phone or whatever he was doing, got his money, walked away, and then someone else came up behind him on the same account. This is one of those things where this is easy to solve. This is not one of those we couldn't see them. We don't know if it was them or if it was the same person. I don't understand how the bank handled this situation. Now, I do bank with Chase, so I'm very concerned now with what they're going to do moving forward. Obviously, they put out a press release that was saying that they're looking into the way that the machines operate, which I think is the least that they can do. But they should be looking at these cameras without having any type of a police report or a search warrant or anything like that. There shouldn't be. I mean, it's their equipment. They can easily look at that footage and find that a person was taken advantage of. That it doesn't seem like that would be a hard thing to do. And so that should be any bank's number one goal, is to make sure that your money is secure. Because if you lose trust in banks, we saw what happened last month when it comes to people losing trust in banks and pulling their money out. So I just don't see why this was a problem for Chase to look at the video and find out, okay, yes, you know what? Someone did scam you. Someone did take money from you, and go ahead and refund that money. It's good to hear that in the end, they refunded his money and they refunded the other people's money as well. But I will tell you one thing, if I ever go to an ATM and I want to put my card in the machine and there's something in that card slot, I'm not using that ATM. I will drive to another ATM and use that ATM, because this is obviously a problem, and this is something that will continue to be a problem because people won't know. And they'll just think, oh, you know what, I'll just tap my phone or I'll tap my card on the machine and then I can get money out that way. Not knowing that there's that final screen, and if you click yes, you can continue to do another transaction without putting in a PIN number or anything like that. So just be aware of your surroundings, that if you go to an ATM and there's an issue with the ATM, any type of issue, I would go to another ATM. I wouldn't even deal with it because there might be someone that's watching just so they can sneak up behind you as soon as the transaction's done so they can try to pull a transaction out on your account as well. And just a reminder, the CPI numbers come out tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. I'll be doing a video talking about CPI, so the inflation, are the numbers going up? Are they continuing to decrease? We're going to take a look at that. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.